primarily in Cargill, is designed to make people fat and make people slower mentally.
And what's the one country in Europe that has the same statistics that we do and all the other European countries don't for unhealthiness? It's England. Exactly. England has adopted this, and they've got the same growth curve in diabetes and in cancer and in obesity and in everything.
Well, this is why national health care or national health insurance in America won't work. If you go to Sweden or Switzerland, for example, where every single person has a insurance plan that the government pays for, so the taxpayers put in. First off, they don't have any homeless people. They don't have any people that aren't paying taxes. Everybody's virtually employed over there, especially in, let's say, Switzerland. But the other thing is this. The people there don't go to doctors. They're not very sick. So if you were to take the people in America and throw them over into Switzerland, the rates that those Swiss pay in terms of national health insurance would triple because the people are sicker. So over there, the people aren't that sick. In America, they're all sick. The other reason is the drug costs and the surgical procedures in America. The drug companies charge anywhere from 5 to 10 times more than they do in Sweden or Norway or Switzerland. So when you go to a national health insurance here, it is absolutely going to bankrupt this country, but not really. What it's going to do is it's designed to do two things. To, number one, get people on drugs nonstop, and number two, get their premium so high that we virtually turn them into indentured servants. Now, every American citizen has to work just to pay for the insurance premium.
Now, again, we have the government documents. We have the white papers in the U.S. and England going back to the 20s. Bertrand Russell and others. H.G. Wells said they were going to do all this. We've allowed this scientific dictatorship, this technocracy, to come in to set this up, and it's clearly engineered by design. A lot of the world is waking up to this. Americans are waking up to this. They're trying to set examples with people like Kevin Trudeau, shutting you down, but you're now beating them. It does seem that the worm is starting to turn. Looking forward into the future, near future, mid-future, long-term, how do you see this battle, this revolution of ideas playing itself out?
Well, this is very interesting because there are multiple tracks that the power elite would like to go on. They don't really care which track or how it even skips from track to track. They want to get to this end result. We know what the end result is. But the really interesting thing in today is because we have the Internet, we have the power to influence people like never before in our history. And people like you who are out there exposing what's going on and giving people facts. And people are now opening their eyes little by little by little. People who've read my book, Natural Cures, every single day someone comes up to me. I was on the plane coming in from L.A. The pilot came out, and he gave me a hug. And he said, because of you, I'm still flying. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, I got your book, Natural Cures. He said, I had arthritis. And because my arthritis was so bad, the mobility of my hands and pain, I couldn't run the controls. I was going to lose my pilot's license. But I learned about system myristoyate, which is what I talk about in the book for cure for arthritis, or rheumatoid arthritis cure. I use both of them. 60 days, full mobility. My hands actually almost flattened out again. Not perfect, but no pain, full mobility. I still can fly because of you. So we're having a positive impact on people one by one by one. And I think we can win this. When the government becomes such a tyranny and they apply such controlling power, those who can see it now really see it. And I think that's going to make a big difference.
I agree. It's just that we're not just saying this. I'm sure everybody's already seen it in the news. The announcements are being made that, we've got to shut down the web for your safety. And, there's going to be a new gatekeeping web where you can only visit certain sites. Or the government's going to put messages over people's websites in your browser. And, the NSA has a patch for for the new Windows. The NSA is taking over the Internet. I mean, they're openly putting up trial balloons to shut down the web. But I think the cliche of the genie being out of the bottle or the horse already leaving the barn, I think that really plays in here, but the establishment isn't going to give up without a fight.
Correct. Now, when I got sued, for example, by the FTC, I got sued twice for false and misleading advertising. Both cases, they dropped the case, and they've had a sign, there's been no finding of any wrongdoing on Mr. Trudeau's part. That's never published, okay? But that's the fact, never a finding of wrongdoing. I've been held in contempt twice, which I'm very proud of, because the court, the judge, ordered me to lie about my books. And I said, no, I won't. So I continued to say the things that I knew were true, and that's why I was found in contempt. And again, most recently, a $37 million fine and banned, which I won. But
$37 million. I said $27
million. $37 million. But now I'm back in court. Now here's what I was in court 2 days ago. So now the government said, since I won my appeal, they're asking the judge, forget the 37, now they want $46 million. They want a $46 million fine, and they said, we want you to take away Mr. Trudeau. This is what the words are. Take away his First Amendment rights for life because he's too dangerous to the American public.
How can they go into a court, the federal government, and say, take away his First Amendment rights? Well, that's one question. Secondarily, you made the point about how the FDA just makes its own laws. Here's a microcosm example. In California, Schwarzenegger couldn't get the legislature to pass a law to ban over 40-inch TVs. He just ordered the Regulatory Energy Agency to do it, and they said, we're going to put taxes on all TVs, and we're going to ban a bunch of TVs, and that was in the news yesterday.
Jonathan Emord wrote the book, I think it was Rise of Tyranny, or I'm not sure the name of the book, but he's a great attorney, and he talks about how the Congress allowed all the alphabet soup agencies to pass laws without congressional approval. We have 1 million laws in America. We have more laws per person than any other country in the world. We have more people in jail than any other country in the world. We have the highest percentage of people in jail. We have the highest percentage of convicted felons. I am one. We are a nation now, virtually the #1 police state in the world.
Did you know that over 10% of Texans have warrants out for their arrest right now?
And people need to wake up. Now, what's the answer? I think the answer is real simple. The good news, people say to me, aren't you concerned that all these people are taking the vaccine, the swine flu vaccine? Aren't you concerned? I says, no, because I'm not getting it. And if somebody wants to be an idiot and go there and take the vaccine, you know what I tell them? Take a double dose just to be safe. You know, if you're that much of a moron, take a double dose. But seriously, I mean, I'm trying to tell you, but if you're going to do it anyway, go ahead. You want to jump off the bridge? Good. You want me to help you? I mean, if you're that much of an idiot, what can we do? The good news is, you know, your family's protected. I know my family's protected. My friends are protected. And if all these other people start doing all these idiotic things, it's their own. They have nobody to blame except themselves. They have to take responsibility.
Well, he's very articulate and focused, and that's why the establishment doesn't like him, and they want to set the precedent to censor everyone else. But you also made the point that they want to scare everyone. Well, it's that chilling effect, and that's what they're doing with me. They're saying, you don't talk about the North American Union. You don't read Ban Ki-moon when he's in the New York Times calling for world government. You don't discuss this, and it's a message to those that are awake. Shut up or we'll come after you. So it's a dual message, and to the dumbed down, it's further, yes, children, correct, this doesn't exist.
And what's happening, for example, Time Magazine will not run an ad for my book. They will not run an ad. USA Today will not run an ad for my book. Many television stations will not run ads for my books. So how do we shut the guy up? And here's the next scary thing. The government now is going to banks, Visa and MasterCard particularly, as well as American Express. And they're saying, stop the merchant account, shut off the merchant account of that guy who's selling books. There was one gentleman, I'm not sure where he was.
No, I've read about this.
You read about this? Yeah. And he was selling a book. Hey, the book you and I disagree with 100%. It's a crazy book, but the point is he has the right to write it, and he has the right to sell it. But if it's against the government now orders the Visa, MasterCard merchant accounts to shut them off. So now he can't sell it. So he can put up a website, but he can't take an order. So it's real simple to shut the guy up. Just turn the volume off.
This is 21st century 2.0 book burning.
It is 100% book burning. You attack the messenger. You ruin his credibility, which they've done to me in a huge way. But the good news is people see through it. The more that they attack me, the stronger I've become.
Kevin Trudeau, stay there. We'll be right back.